Hey guys, welcome back. STG Weekly is back in the house.
We're back, baby.
Hey. Sorry for the long break there.
Alright guys, this is the F-Man, aka Frenetic, coming back at you with the STG Weekly crew. We've got Soft Drink.
Hey. How's it going, everyone?
And we've got Aquas.
Hey, people. Yo. Let's do this.
Indeed. We are back with Final Boss, episode number 80. We've got our guest developers here, Ebbo and Eebrozgi, also with additional guests, Zaarock and Cagar. We're also going to be using their replays of this very fine game. Again, it's been a while, but we're glad to be back. And here goes with the rest of the crew.
Yeah. So, Ebbo, yeah, how you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty great. A bit nervous.
Yeah, I'm doing fine as well. Nice to be here.
Yeah, we've got a pretty full house on this episode. We got players of your game, Zaarock and Cagar, and you two are the developers of this game, which I actually did not know until a few hours ago. However, I saw just Zaarock streaming this game a couple times, and I was just wondering what is this amazing game that I'm seeing, and I'm really happy to have you guys here, and we're gonna check out a couple replays from Cagar first, who's going to be rocking this game, and Zaarock has a replay as well, and the difference between those two replays is that Cagar's is the one-piece ship, and Zaarock's is the second-player ship, and I assume there are some differences that we're going to get into. So, where did Final Boss come from? Ebro or Ebbo?
Well,
That's a hard question.
yeah,
if you want to try to sum that up real quick.
yeah. Well, it was many years ago on a Finnish Nintendo forum, and I saw a game that Ebbo was collaborating with, and I was like separately using Game Maker, like making my own games, and I was like, wow, I wanna make a shmup with this guy, and I wrote it up to the forum, and then he approached me, like surprisingly, that he actually wanted to make a game with me, and then I was like, okay, let's make a game.
Yeah,
so let's keep it all short. Let's just borrow all the music. Let's just like put guest appearances from other shmups. Make it like 3 stages or something, and here we are now.
So that was the start of Final Boss?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the first thing we wanted to do was let's make a game like Guxt. I don't know
actually,
how you
that
pronounce
was
it.
the first.
I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's the shmup made by the Pixel, who also made the Cave Story game.
I think you just call it Gust.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that. Cave Story is it's such an inspiring game, I think, for a lot of people, and I actually playing through it
it's my
myself
single
recently.
favorite game actually.
Yeah, I can understand and respect that quite a bit. What's really cool for me when I look at Final Boss is that it pays homage to so many other parts of the genre and so many different parts of the history. I think it's really fun to watch and fun to play for that reason.
Yeah, this may sound a bit pretentious, but when we started this project, or at least I thought that I wanted to make a love letter to this genre, because I had been playing shmups for a few years before we started developing on this game, and I really got into them, and I just felt like I should somehow make this game to happen. And unfortunately, I didn't know how to code, and to this day I don't really know how to code at all. So when this strange weirdo came up in the forums, I was like, "What's up with this?" But then when I talked about it a bit longer, then I realized maybe we could actually do something. And so I approached Eebrozgi, and we decided that okay, let's make a snoop like Guxt.
Yeah, and then you lost several years of your life.
Pretty much like that. Yeah, we should probably mention that this happened in the year 2008
Oh,
or
Yeah,
something.
something
So
like that.
it's almost 10 years ago. It's not
I
like
wonder
we
if I have some of the first builds like
Gosh.
on a memory stick somewhere because they are a bit different.
that would actually
That is so
be
amazing because
cool
if
to see if you guys have any archive of the earlier stuff, just hold on to that.
Actually, if you go to the SMAP's dev section and look at the first post, there should be the first official release version that's from the year 2009, and it's very, very bad.
Yeah,
Don't play it.
Actually, that's fairly developed from what I remember of the first versions.
It's
Yeah, so-
absolutely horrible. Don't play it. I know everybody is now.
It could be a learning experience.
now
Yeah.
that's a long development period, and that might be like a record for a shooting game.
I actually think that
Maybe.
some Scyther games take like 10 years to make.
Oh,
so
really?
So we're closing up to that. Don't worry, it's still going to take some sweet time.
That's amazing. Yeah, like
Yeah,
you did.
maybe we should like intentionally start doing this slow so we can hit a record.
Oh man. Well, I mean,
No,
it
no.
definitely the time you're putting into it definitely shows, at least from what I've played of it and what I've seen of it. There's so much polish and there's so many kind of secrets and hidden things. I think that really shows a lot of care and attention to detail. So keep
Now-
up the awesome work, guys. Even if it takes you another couple of years.
Yeah, it probably will, but
Yeah.
we are doing our best. And to be sure that I would like to also note that we are not making this full time.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
simply something we do on our free time, and there is not so much free time as we used to have when we were younger and we were just some students.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now I want to ask Zaarock or Cagar, what are your what enticed either of you about Final Boss immediately as the players of the game?
I think Sega should go first because well, Sega is kind of the beginning of everything.
Yeah, he's the official hype man.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
explain that.
So was it 2014 or when did
Yeah.
the previous release come?
Yeah,
Okay, so
spring-
it was back then when I noticed in the development section that this game got a new release, and I tried it and I didn't really like it. I just quickly gave it a quick judgment based on the first stage or so, and I thought that it's just a simple, nice Finnish map and that the developers aren't even taking it seriously. And then few weeks later when Crimson Clover was coming up on Steam, and I was thinking that what should I do before that releases, and
Okay.
then I somehow remembered this game, and I was bored, and I thought that maybe I should try playing this seriously, and I thought that it's a pretty simple game, so that I'm just going to try to maximize the score at as quick time as possible. And I thought that I'll be playing it for a day and then give it my feedback or so, but it turned out that it's a lot better game than the first stage gave away, so
So you fell in
Yeah,
love
I
with the
just-
game.
yeah, I just kinda get playing it and streaming it and advertising it all over Earth.
Cool.
I think that's one of the really cool things about this game as well, is it kind of builds on itself. Like you have, like you said, the first stage seems kind of underwhelming, and then it sort of keeps adding new mechanics and new
Yeah,
elements to
absolutely.
itself, and I think that makes it pretty interesting to play, especially once you get to like the second loop craziness. So, yeah, I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually played the 2009 versions, so I started playing the game back then, and I noticed Cagar going really hard on the scoring. So, and it actually looked really fun, the scoring. So that's why I also ended up doing a lot of runs on this. I think it's a really good game.
What kind of game would you readily compare Final Boss to that people may be a little familiar with?
Well, the weapon system reminds me of Radiant Silvergun a bit, but I know everyone doesn't like that. But it's like a more simple shmup with like a complex weapon system like that. I don't know.
Okay, why don't we get into a little bit about the basics of the game? Unless you'd like to talk about that going into Cagar's replay. We do have 2 replays to show, and we also have interview questions for Ebbo and Eebro near the end if we have time.
Maybe we should go through some very basic things before we start the replay, because I'm not sure if there might be a lot of. I don't know if Cagar is going to talk a lot about different things. There is going to happen a lot of stuff, so maybe we should go through some pretty basic things of how the game works.
Okay.
So would
Cagar,
we're
Cagar,
talking
is that
already.
right?
Yeah, I can explain it. So the very basic thing about the scoring is the multiplier, and it works pretty much exactly the same as Dodonpachi chaining, but it has a maximum limit of 6.4, except in some cases, but we'll get there in the runs.
Okay, we got a chaining system, alright.
So it's mostly just chaining, keeping the 6.4 multiplier by shooting and destroying enemies, and aside from that there's lots of secrets and destroying enemy bullets, because a lot of them are destructible. So, and
Okay.
also the bosses usually it's that you should kill the bosses fast, but some bosses have also destructible parts, so yeah.
Okay, we can probably get into a replay, I suppose, and we can touch on what we see as the replay happens as far as what's happening. I think that'd be good. So why don't we get ready for that?
Okay.
Yep.
Let me switch over here.
And
So
once again, his run is starting at 2:24.
okay, yeah,
Our,
that was what I was asking.
Our chat is not caught up right now. That's weird. Why is this not... Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's working. It'll just take a second to catch up with the audience. So my apologies for that, everyone. Your comments will show up in just a moment. So we are running the Cagar run first, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
and
Yes.
Cagar is playing the player 1 zip.
Yeah,
So this is the first player side.
yeah.
Yes.
The sides are different, but we'll see more about that.
Okay.
In the
And
next
you said
replay.
2:24.
Correct.
Okay. All right, I'm ready when you guys are.
I'll count down.
Ready?
Just a moment.
Yep.
I'm going to use a proper player.
Okay. Frenetic ready.
I saw some questions in the chat room. If you'd like to save those for the end, that'd be wonderful.
Oh yeah, I can write it. down.
There's a lot of them, but well,
Again, chat, thank you for coming in. We've got 69 viewers in chat.
Oh god.
I think we may
Whoa.
begin some quality optics here. It's relevant because shmups are all about shooting the core, so
well,
and shoot it in the eye.
yeah. Well, on that note, I'm ready. By the way,
Great.
Yeah, let's start the replay.
All right, is anyone not ready?
is it 2:24?
It's 2:24.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Countdown will be 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so right off the bat, at the start of the run, I shoot the orange bird to get the bonus item. And there are 3 bonus items in each stage, by the way, and this run collects them all, I think. And stage 1 is basically just killing everything as fast as possible.
So what are your buttons in this game?
So you have basic movement, and at this point you only have this one shot.
Yeah,
Okay.
there isn't any way to control your speed or anything like that. It's very simple.
Yeah,
okay.
it's very simple, just movement and one shot.
No,
And-
no bombs, huh? No bombs yet,
No bombs.
right?
No bumps either. So as you can see here, I destroy these enemies like to half of their HP, and so that they shoot destructible bullets, and I destroy them too for bonus points. And
Fun fact: those enemies were inspired by the Milkapul. In the enemies in the first stage of Chorenza that are Milkapul, and they shoot those
Oh no,
small
Vic
mine
Viper's turned bad. What's going on, guys?
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is also a notable part of the game that each stage has this kind of small cameo player
Yeah.
craft
And
boss fights.
as you can see me going through the triple laser rings, you have to go through 6 to get the bonus item.
Very cool.
Oh, I had no idea there was a bonus there. That's awesome.
Yeah, some of the secrets are pretty cryptic in a way, but there is always at least some small detail or
Ooh, very good
Think that's-
Renshaw.
That little enemy that popped up really reminded me of Joe Renshaw right there.
yeah, it's pretty much the Chorenza the enemy.
Yeah.
And for the first boss, it only takes damage from the center, so
Yep.
it's just moving along it so that you can shoot it
Nice
correctly.
time,
What I
by the
really
way.
noticed is the pace is just so fast, you know?
Yeah, there's lots of stuff that I'm not commentating on because it will. I think I wouldn't even be capable of that. So
Take it easy.
And just now, Cagar got his first sub-weapon, that is the side shot. At the end of each stage, you can choose between 2 different weapons, and the side shot is one of them.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it really helps to shoot enemies from multiple angles and at the same time.
So you have a separate button for this wide shot now, or
Yep.
Yeah, you get
have 2 buttons
there's
now.
okay?
And in stage 2, the chaining and overall level design gets a bit trickier since there are these boxes like in Ikaruka or Million
Oh
Dollars.
man, yo, props because I love environmental objects and vertical shoot 'em ups.
oh, and
But
by the way,
first you can touch those walls.
yeah, you can touch the walls. They won't kill you, but it will drop your chain faster.
Yeah, and if you get crushed by them, then well, you get crushed if you get in between of some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's okay to hug the walls.
Another
And the
thing
chaining. Go ahead.
another thing
Oh.
that I really like about this game is that the different weapons that you offer the player are all useful. I mean, if you pick the other weapon instead of the side shot here, you can still make it through the stage. You have a slightly different method of doing it, and maybe it doesn't score as well, but it's definitely doable.
Yeah, that's obviously was our goal to make every weapon
Yeah.
feel that like that they are useful. And as far as I can tell, that you can score with the back shot as well, that and other weapons as well. It just changes the places that some places are easier and some places are harder with certain weapon, and it's up to you to decide which kind of weapon you want to use. Obviously, I have seen that the side shot is certainly more popular one, but I'm pretty sure that the back shot has its uses as well.
Yep.
Those skulls remind me of Tatsujin, aka Truxton.
Yeah, those were indeed inspired by Toplan and Toplan games and with their skulls and all.
Whoa.
And now we enter the second cameo boss.
Yep.
Yeah, and for this one you have to avoid shooting the front option, or it will explode and spawn a lot more bullets. I
Yeah,
don't
if
think
you
it happens here.
yeah, that as you can probably tell, this boss was inspired by the R9 Arrowhead from the R-Type series, and the frontal attack is inspired by R-Type Delta, where there is that Delta attack, if I remember correctly.
Glad
Very
to see shoutouts to R-Type. I feel like not enough people respect that series, and it's a really cool series, so yeah. By the way, is my voice volume a little bit better now? People in chat were saying it too low.
I think it's fine.
Oh, and
yeah.
by the way, whenever you see golden or orange enemies like these crabs here, they are worth double their normal score, and they are triggered by usually killing some enemies fast.
Oh, really?
So, like,
yeah, they are
instead of dead
extra
air.
enemies.
Yeah, instead of dead air, you get these golden enemies worth double score.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, actually,
you-
right before the boss here, these. Oh, you did get the bonus enemies. I haven't figured out how to get those yet. Seems you
Very
have.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
good. It kind of emphasizes that caravan style gameplay to destroy all the waves, right, really fast.
And for the
Yeah,
second boss, you can go straight for the center and destroy it, or destroy the gaps at the side, so it will spam.
Cagar is
turret.
doing something very risky here.
Oh man,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
strat.
awesome! That looks
Whoa.
like some
This
good old,
strategy is awesome.
good old milking right there. Oh, it's over.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh,
I wanted more milking like that.
Yeah,
the bat
you-
rider.
There is gonna be some milking. Don't worry.
Oh, good.
yeah.
Fun milking. I hope.
Yep.
Oh wow. Nice
Yeah.
good transition there.
And here.
Ooh, I love that sun, that shimmer on the sun.
Yeah, it's pretty nice if I say by myself.
Very cool.
You can say that.
It's
fine.
I'm sure. And now Cagar has collected the second sub weapon, which is the lock-on shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can see.
Another
Flame
three
Force,
buttons.
yo.
Yeah, pretty much, but it can also lock onto the foreground enemies. And the specialty of this weapon is that whenever it locks into enemy, it replenishes the multiplier to its max. So as you can see, the multiplier isn't falling nearly as much as was before.
Yeah.
Oh, here's
And-
another orange wave.
Yeah, you can also tap the homing shot button and it'll shoot a shot without any lock on. Just a homing
Yeah,
shot.
it just locks in the nearest enemy. It's a kind of a last resort if you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
That's really nifty.
So how lenient is the chaining?
I would say the first loop is pretty lenient. There are lots
Like-
of ways you can
like
keep the chain.
How
going.
fast does it deplete is what I'm wondering.
It actually depends on how high the chain is. Like at
Yeah.
2 it
Yeah.
depletes pretty slowly, but at max right now it's 6.4. It depletes quite fast.
And I
think
noticed-
like
Yeah.
Dodonpachi.
I noticed that it was shaking too. What does the shaking mean?
Whenever
It's a nice effect.
whenever it's shaking, it means that it's
It's gotta be stuck for a while.
so there. Whenever, as Cagar said, the multiplier goes down in a certain rate depending how high the multiplier is. But if you, for example, destroy several enemies in a small time, it causes the multiplier to shake. And that indicates that there is some juice left in the multiplier, so it won't drop in a moment. So you can buy some more time with that.
Actually, that orange thing in the multiplier we call juice. It's an official term. And when it stops, we call it jelly.
Oh, jelly
Yeah.
versus juice.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
And
We need
here-
to see more schmucks with the jelly juice mechanic.
And
Yeah.
if the chain depletes, does it go to? Oh, I see. It just did there. Okay, that answered my question. It went to like right to 3, and then it quickly dropped. Even
Yeah, it drops in first. It drops into half, and then starts to immediately drop in a fast rate until you destroy another enemy.
Also,
Yeah.
I love the snake here. Oh,
This is cool.
So
Everybody loves the snake.
Yeah, this is our main attraction.
This game has a 3D snake.
Yeah,
very
it's
cool.
the only 3D part. Goodbye 3D.
And now we have trains going into space. Do I have
The
to say more?
multiplier behavior
It's in
was,
space.
the multiplier behavior was changed very recently. Like
Yeah,
it used to be like when the juice drops, your multiplier goes straight to 1. But now you can save a bit of it.
That'll be appreciated, I'm sure, by players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit lenient now, and you don't have to restart it at every little mistake. So
Yes.
if drops even just a little moment, then it won't be as harsh as if dying or something.
Wow, this
Yeah.
double train is so beautiful.
Yeah,
This
I
is
love
almost-
that this section just gets badass and then keeps getting more and more and more badass. Like, there's the snake, and then there's a train, there's 2 trains, and then there's a giant rolling tank. It's like, oh.
Actually, all the mini bosses in this stage were inspired by top-line games. I don't know how evident it is, but I was pretty much inspired by those games.
Oh.
So we
And
have
here you-
Spin.
Yeah,
Wonder
you have
Witch.
to-
I never saw that
Holy-
before. That's awesome.
Cute's gonna get on your ass for that.
Yeah, pretty much.
They have Dojin respect, right?
Yeah. That's
they'll get it like that.
they'll be happy about that.
Yeah, and we respect QT. Escatos is my favorite map.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this boss is a kind of a trickster that you can't shoot it directly. You have to shoot the options or what you call them that are powering the force shield. You have to shoot them down.
I love the way you indicated the force field with that like infinity symbol across the bar. Pretty sweet.
And now the game gets pretty serious, if I say so myself.
This was so cool the first time that I got here.
Whoa.
This game just became anime.
This is like
It's like one of my Japanese animes. So yeah, you have entered Zero Ranger mode or Mecha mode, if you will, and you change through Mecha and Zip mode by pushing all the 3 buttons at once. And when you're in Mecha mode, all other weapons you can't use them, but you enter this very powerful melee mode that depends on the power up you pick up.
And in
Also,
this mode,
multiplier is much higher.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the
That's
main
tank
thing.
to melee.
Also,
is a
show and
thrill.
shot final boss, yo.
Yeah, because we figure it because it's a giant. In the game, it's a giant player ship. The final boss is similar looking to the player ship we should put in this
dude,
game.
that
as well.
drill is amazing.
Yeah, that's our reasoning.
So people in chat are asking, and I must ask as well, as a fan, is this a reference to Gurren Lagann, the drill?
It might or might not be. Well,
Yeah,
that's my
I
third
think
favorite
that-
reveal. It's my favorite show.
Alright.
well, it's certainly inspired by other games that anime such as Gunbuster and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but
Oh yeah, Gunbuster, old school.
the drill is pretty.
so here is some milking for Aquas.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, like in the actual Choranza game, this boss draws in some milkable enemies when you leave the 2 turrets alive. And actually, this was pretty big revelation, at least to Sagar, when he first time realized that this was actually a thing that you could milk this boss.
Yeah. Yeah, his
Yeah.
avatar is relevant.
Yeah, my forum avatar is really relevant to this milking here.
Yeah, I remember Cagar playing this first score, and the developers were like saying, "You're missing 100,000 points somewhere," and then he never figured it out.
Yeah.
And then we found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was close to becoming insane
Yeah.
for a week
So
or
that's
so.
that's the whole game, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All the streets.
Oh wait,
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this loops!
okay, so the difference in the second loop is that there are obviously more enemies and the patterns have changed. And also you got all the weapons right from the first stage. And you can also... Well, it's coming up now.
There's other cool stuff, like with the bosses.
So you can transform to the melee mode and push your multiplier over the 6.4 limit.
And
Awesome.
this changes the strategies and scoring pretty much.
No, that was just
Yeah,
like
your
10
routes
minute-
in the loop are pretty much completely different from the first one.
Yeah,
Really? No, that only took about 12 minutes or so to get through that first loop, right? Or 15 maybe?
It's about 15 to 12, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good length. I like that.
Again, I just like how fast-paced the game is. Frenetic was commenting on that earlier, and I think that's really a great observation. It's just really fast and pretty intense all the way through, which is nice.
Yeah, we have tried to trim as much of the fat away as much as possible. Of course, when we play it more and more, we notice, okay, we can make this part a bit simpler, or make this part go a bit quicker, or something like that.
Sometimes it's nice to have a break, though, like if you need to take a drag of the cigarette or take a drink or something like that.
You just want one of those. I can put a can on the button and sit in the corner for an hour.
Yeah, you will see how powerful the melee weapon really is. The drill, at least. Look at this.
Well, it's good to have pauses in a shooting game, I think, though, too. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
Good my
pacing is
first boss.
important. Also, I love the speed kill. It's hilarious.
This is one of your breathers.
Yeah, we heard that since people are playing this loop again, that maybe we should make the bosses so that you can destroy them much quicker than you used to. But we also added some new challenges and tricks to them, as you can see with this extra form.
That was the first step.
This extra form. He just looks so like crazy and hectic compared to the first form. It's awesome.
So yeah, here's some milking too.
So you just have the big drill as long as your chain is up? Is that what it is?
It's dependent on how much you destroy enemies. If you don't destroy any enemies or absorb the bullets, by the way, big drill can absorb bullets. Then it stays big. But if you don't destroy any enemies or absorb the bullets, then it's going to shrink back to its original size.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also to note that at the end you can still pick up a weapon, and you can even change it if you want. But as you can see, Cagar decided to stay with his side shot in this stage.
So this stage is really hard to chain fully. And I think I dropped the chain a couple of times here, but...
Yeah. The juice is going to drop even faster now that he can extend the multiplier even beyond 6.4.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
That change.
Yeah.
I just love that that's the official term. It's perfect.
Yeah. I don't think we have written it anywhere, but that's the word we always use for it. Orange juice.
That's another thing I actually really enjoy about the game, is that the color palette is pretty much just orange and blue. I mean, you have a couple other things here and there for like the Wonder Witch and whatnot, or a few little secrets like with the fairy there, but almost everything else is all orange and blue. How did that come about? And I'm sure it's an intentional decision. Could you talk about that?
It was like one of the things that came by from the fact that we thought that let's make the game like Gust.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it has stayed.
And I hate to admit this, but it was like 5 or 15 minutes in MS Paint, and I was like, okay, these are the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looked nice to me, so I figured it should work. Maybe.
Yeah. we might tweak it in the future, who knows, but yeah.
So it's going to be red and green.
I think it's great
Yeah.
that it has so much style to it. I mean, it looks really unique. And I think that's pretty cool. Plus, I can understand about the labor saving aspect of it. I mean, I'm trying to learn pixel art myself, and working with color is like... It gets a little weird. So.
Yeah, it's very nice to hear that, since I'm the one who's drawing all this, and I'm pretty critical of my own work, but it's nice to hear that it actually pleases someone.
Yeah.
And this time in this battle, as you can see, the front option is much larger, so that you can even shoot the R-type ship directly, so you have to go
If you remember it from the first loop.
R-typo.
That's awesome. That reminds me of
That's
the way
not
that you...
R-type.
That reminds me of one of the ways you can quick kill Gallop in Radiant Silvergun. Getting behind this, like, forward.
Yeah,
killing them.
that was certainly inspired by the Gallop in the Radiant Silvergun as well.
Yeah.
I hope that in your pitch for this game, like the official release, you say like there's a lot of tributes and stuff, because it really does make it in a lot of way, I think.
Well, I think that in the box, so to say, that we like to have some surprises for the players as well. Of course,
sure,
kinda
sure.
of course, it's kind of counterintuitive to say it because we are showing it in the live stream like this, but
Yeah.
overall,
We're a niche
Nope.
channel, so well, something like that.
As I mentioned before, you guys, you have been on our recommended list of free stuff. We put out like a little pamphlet flyer at some of our live events, alongside stuff like Bluefish and Margaret. So,
Yeah. Thank you a lot for that.
yeah, I should have asked you.
By the way, everyone in chat is saying that stream is dead.
Oh.
I think it's quality options. I don't know. If you're not familiar,
Yeah, you actually got quality options now. It's
awesome.
nice.
That's
Oh.
probably the first time we've got that.
Whoa. This is the first. Wow.
So we're
That's
gonna
We
do
should
some.
we pause the stream or something.
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
That's just something else to do in post.
We can go back if we need to. I'm also locally recording this, so we have a clone local as well.
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So this guy new? I remember this guy.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
He
that's
only
awesome.
heard talking about worrying about the stream. So, is there anything you want to say about this Cagar?
Well, you can speed kill this one too if you just stay at the bottom and really. It needs some practice, but it can be done.
yeah, but
But-
if you speed kill it, then you may lose the bonus it drops when you. This boss actually drops one of the special items when you make it drop, so that you shoot at its hands.
A lot going on here.
So, I'm amazed that we got quality. We have 84 viewers right now. Holy hell! Thank you guys so much for doing
Oh,
it.
man.
This is awesome.
It's a new record.
This is a
Crazy Taxi.
What?
This is a new record. I think we had more with the Toho episodes, but I think this is the first time we've got quality.
In any case. Thanks everyone for coming out for the return of STG Weekly. It's a pleasure, and hope you're all enjoying it.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Got this wonderful game here. Checking out.
Marvelous.
Yeah, that's a little armored police patrider thing going there.
Got a quick question from the chat. How do extends work in the game?
So,
points.
yeah, you get points and you get extends. The first extends comes at 30k, and then after that it's 50k.
Every
Yeah.
50k?
Every
Okay.
50k.
Yep. And then there are some special cases that you can get a one-up item from somewhere, sometime.
That was descriptive.
Yeah. Because they are secrets.
Yeah, I understand. I totally understand.
Yeah.
So in the loop, if you destroy all the small parts of these enemies, they will actually change form and become really hard, as you can see here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
I love
Yeah,
when
they-
stuff gets mad. Like,
Yeah, they are pretty mad.
like you can milk
Yeah.
it, but there's a serious consequence for milking it. I always love bosses like that.
That actually, that's something that I want to put in like in all of the bosses that, well,
Mhm.
I mean every boss shouldn't get mad, it would get like monotonous, but I just want to make some bosses get really mad if they are going to get mad, like just
Yeah,
push
just
that
draw an
lever.
angry face on them.
Yeah.
There's so many
Like-
possibilities with
I-
that.
I just want
idea,
to-
though.
Make the game feel like if it wants to kill you, it will kill you.
Yeah.
Like make that intention come through, like not just slow bullets and walk into these if you will, but like actually aimed and very fast shots and all the kinds of that.
So, is this milking here? Is that why you're not killing this guy? Yeah, milking these cans.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Milking
actually,
these cans.
Oh, yeah, this is going. Cagar is going to show off some of the most very. How would I put this? Very.
Oh yeah, Zaarock is going to do that.
Yeah, very specific score trick in this.
Yeah. That score trick that was absolutely not intended, but it was so cool that we
So-
left it in.
unlike in the first
Okay,
loop, you can
okay, here
actually
he
keep your
goes.
chain here by taking these bullets and
What?
slowly. Yeah, you can keep your chain up by having bullets on it with the drill.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, so-
amazing.
Were you
Also,
slowing
this-
down the bullets like that, or was they just there?
Yeah, I just tried to slow them down a bit.
Man, that's like
But
A
he
giant
didn't keep
enemy
his
crab
chain.
approaches.
shades of Guange there.
This game went just full Darius here.
Yeah.
Oh man, crab battle. Crab battle.
You can't really hurt this one directly, at least with this. So
Dude,
you have to drop
like
those
crack
bombs.
that crab like a glass panel. That poor crab.
Yeah, and this was quite scary in this run, this part. But yeah,
You managed to survive.
yeah, I managed to kill that in time before it got really mad. But it was close.
You gotta get all the. He's trying to kill it. Okay. Oh wow, that was.
Yeah, drill is really handy, or I should say, all melee weapons are very handy in this part.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's cool. So I'm assuming the lasers go through the drill and are not blocked by it. So you have to prioritize. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Does that
those
say-
trains.
Does that say gun on the train?
Yes,
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it does.
Is that a reference to something?
Maybe.
Is that a reference to Sonic?
What?
There's-
Well,
there's-
you
there's-
can read from my reaction that it is not.
Okay, never mind, man.
I'm still curious. What
Oh.
did you mean?
There's in some of the Sonic games, there's like a U.S. military force called GUN, G-U-N, and that they have that name G-U-N on like all these tanks and shit that come after you. So that's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it isn't. But
yeah.
thanks for telling me.
Also, this boss battle is a bit different than last time, as you can see.
That's right.
Grapefruit? What? Zero gunner? Oh shit.
All this music is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite track in the game.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
That was crazy. That white.
Does Cagar has any thoughts on the boss? he would like to share.
Well, not really. At least anymore. It used to be a really easy fight for the backshot. You could just go over it and just shoot it from point blank range.
Yeah, but we fixed that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's
Drill
fixed
versus
now.
drill? Oh my goodness gracious. You guys are insane.
Drill on drill action.
Yeah.
Drill on drill.
Okay, yeah, definitely,
Dude.
definitely some Gurren reference there. Oh god, that's beautiful.
Maybe.
Don't
It's
cross the drills.
Lord Genome fight, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's beautiful.
And that's the game.
And yeah, that's the run.
Beautiful.
That's the protagonist.
Oh,
There.
that's fantastic. All right. Yeah. So I guess Cagar, what closing comments about this run, and then should we move on to Zaarock, or do we want to watch through the credits?
Well, the credits end now, so. But I can say that I'm really tempted to do like a slowdown version of some run in the future because there are just so many things to talk about. Like, there's constantly something to think about and yeah, so on.
Yeah,
I'd
was
really
feeling.
like to do a, I'd
I
really
was
like
feeling-
to do a slowdown version of the run and put it up on YouTube, and I probably will do that once I get the proper score. Like there were lots of mistakes in this run, but it was just to show some of the scoring tricks and such. But it isn't even close to a perfect run.
I hope not. Damn, game's not even done.
Yeah. I guess on that note, what more are you guys thinking of adding? Are you going to do more stages, or should we
One
save that for
final
later?
stage.
Okay.
There will be one more stage left
Yeah.
to do.
Ooh.
At least that's how much me wanna tell you.
Okay, I'm fine with
That's-
that. Don't
that's
give
great.
anything
Yeah.
away.
Well, I mean that's our current plan. Actually, we're not even sure what are we going to do because yeah,
It's all up in
nobody's
the air.
telling us what to do. So
Great.
you know, probably one more stage. That's it.
It's already so cool.
Yeah, it's really pretty fantastic. This
I think-
game, people need to play this game. So if
It's-
you haven't played this game,
Yeah.
play this game, guys. It's really awesome.
Well, don't play it just yet because we are still working
Yeah.
on the latest. We should probably point out that these replays were made in the latest build of the game that we like to call rollable, and
Yeah.
we are going to release in about few hours from once we get through this.
Oh,
That's right.
Sweet. Okay.
Yep.
If you didn't hear
So
that,
the-
they're
the
releasing a
latest
build in a
public
few
version,
hours.
yeah.
here.
So
The latest public version is from last year, so I'm just gonna say that don't play that. Yeah, this version has like debris and all kinds of cool things.
So,
you usually experience.
just to be clear, this is then the like world premiere of these replays and the announcement of this publicly available version, or have these
Yeah.
replays been on YouTube publicly before?
Nope.
All right, so you
So
guys.
everyone
saw it,
watching
heard it
right
here
now-
first, yo.
Anyone who watches YouTube is going to have a chance to just play this fresh build of this game. That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you
Thank
all
you
should
for
play
having
it.
us.
You should play it because it's awesome.
Okay, I think we're ready for Zaarock's run in. Zaarock's video has the intro at the beginning, and I'd like to actually watch that
Okay.
as well
I'm good with
because I like to watch that together. So let us prepare for Zaarock's run now from just the very beginning.
I am queued up and ready when you guys are.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Yeah, ready.
All right.
Frenetic.
Oh,
Did we lose a frenetic?
Actually, I'm not
Oh.
ready. Sorry, I'm spacing out.
Yeah, Frenetic mentioned in chat that he has to step out. So.
Okay.
We will continue on without him.
All right, in frenetic we trust. Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I'm almost ready.
Great.
So we can just begin this from 0.
Yes,
Okay.
because the intro to this game is also quite wonderful.
Yeah. it's
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I'm ready.
Great. Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Cool logo, by the way, that you guys got there.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
This is the story of a fighter who wanted to become final boss.
The story of the century.
You become final boss? No, what?
Dun dun dun! Invasion from space.
Damn. Second apocalypse, not even the first.
What has the world come into?
Not
Yeah,
even the first.
lane.
Like, this is like next level apocalypse shit. Fallout 4 is already losing.
One thing that doesn't come across on the stream is that there's a lot of transparency effects that are done the classic way by like alternating at 60 hertz, and it's just not capturing that at all. So like when you actually
Yeah.
watch the videos in game, it looks better. By the way.
Yeah, and on that note, I wanna say that in this game, I realized that a lot of people might make videos for 30 FPS, so I included in the options to make the flickering effects to be compatible with 30 FPS or turn into actual transparency.
Seriously?
Wow, that's really
awesome.
That'll help for streaming it. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
People want to show off this game and whatnot.
Yeah. And I also tried to tone down like epileptic effects a bit with the no flicker setting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
really considered, actually.
maybe one more people could play it or something like that.
The I mean, replays with older games, at least before YouTube offered 60 FPS, was always a problem because of the flickering. Because you had to, if you really wanted it to look nice, you had to record at 60 and then like frame blend down. So
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Player 2 ship, because it runs with Player 2. What are the
Yeah,
differences there?
Maybe Zaarock could tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, sure. For the most part, the Player 2 weapons are like, it shoots more shots, but they're weaker. So, for example, the main shot is a bit wider, but it shoots more. And it's the same with the side shot. But like every weapon is different in some significant way, including the melee weapons, which were actually changed in this version a lot. So if you're a fan of the Player 2 ship, then you're gonna like this new version, because actually the Player 2 drill is a completely new weapon in this version, which is pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Despite these differences, the both ships still have same speed and hitbox, so they are identical in that way.
Yeah.
And we didn't touch on the mode select at the beginning of the game. What was that?
Yeah. This game has currently 3 different modes that are basically difficulty selection. There is the first on the left is kind of easy mode that has only one loop, and the middle is the default one that we are seeing here, and the hard one on the right is still on very work in progress. So that we want to make it feel very different from the difficulties, so that they really feel different. Something akin to Mushihime Sama that has very distinct difficulties settings.
Yeah.
So we would like
Very
to
cool.
in the future we would like to make them feel very distinct.
Yeah.
But at the moment
And-
the hard mode is very bare bones.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep.
By the way, in this new version, there is also the green shot color, which I use in my replay. I think it looks very nice, at least on the Player 2 ship. And it's easier to see the enemy bullets because your shot is green.
Oh, cool. Is that like an option that you can change the color of the player?
Yeah, you can switch between green and orange in the settings.
Oh, cool. Okay. I was gonna say. Oh, I like when you picked up the weapon. Like it went to like it almost looked like a carving. And then it's like you.
Yeah, it's
power.
that sort of a tutorial screen. We didn't see those in the Cagar's run because he has toggled the tutorial off. So these show up only in when you have tutorial set on. But they are basically a small teaser to show what the weapons actually do.
Yeah, I like that they have that kind of style to them. It reminds me of. I can't even think of what exactly it reminds me of right now, actually. So never mind. But there's
trust you
definitely
anyway.
something there.
Also, this is pretty technical, but in the previous version you could exploit using auto fire with the Player 2 shot, because the shot like cycles. You could make it only shoot the most damaging shot constantly. But in this version that's no longer possible. But you can still make the shot narrower, and I use it a lot. So if you see me use the side shot alternating with the main shot, that's what I'm doing. Also, I like that portion of the stage right here a lot. What do you change with it?
I'm very thankful that Zaarock started streaming these, because he broke the second player ship in every way possible.
He pretty much break the whole game in a single sitting.
Yeah, you guys got some good
That's-
playtesters, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's one reason why this update took so long, because there were simply so many small yet very major things that we had to fix.
Yeah. I remember being like more than like 1.5 years ago, like we're going to patch these minor things in a month or so, and here we are.
But I think it's better this way than having a broken game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are getting a lot of positive comments in the chat room.
Yeah.
So take that for what you will.
Right now, getting a lot of
Thank you.
positive feedback. About the
Thank
art.
you, Twitch chat, for these ones.
Yeah, for once the Twitch chat is right.
Yeah. I wonder if I can trigger a chain reaction in this chat.
Yeah, exactly. You say that, and now it just becomes like a massive shitfest.
Yeah. I tried. I wonder if the dog face is old. If it breathes like it used to.
So here Zaarock is using the narrow shot to shoot the turrets more precisely.
And he does one side first and then the other. Which
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah, I'm
takes
lighting.
longer, but is safer.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take that much longer. I usually do it that way with the player one ship, and it's usually pretty fast if you well, yeah, it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
You can save probably few seconds through the
Yeah,
way that
also
Zaarock
the
does.
parts
There we go.
only give points if you shoot them. So if you like trigger a chain reaction by destroying the middle part, it won't count the points. So it's just safer to do that way unless you're really really good, like Cagar, I guess, doing the crazy strat.
Answering
So
a
the
question
lock on
from
here is very radiant silver gun. You get a circle-shaped lock-on cone instead of the
Yeah.
forward.
Oh,
I'm gonna answer the question from the chat. Xonactronic asking what software I'm using. I'm precisely using GameMaker 8.1, so I'm not using Studio yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know, I
Because-
would say this is one of the projects that I've seen made with Game Maker that's really impressing me. For a long time, there were games made with it that I was just like, eh. But pretty recently, I've seen a lot more projects that are really quite impressive being produced with it.
Yeah, well, GameMaker has also improved over the years. Like, GameMaker Studios seems very legit. You can, like, port not only to Windows, but Mac and Linux. That sounds like a basic feature, but that it was not a basic feature a long time ago.
It was available on Humble last week for $6. Did you get a hold of it?
Yeah, I totally did. I made the thread about it because it was a crazy deal.
Beautiful. I didn't see a thread about it. I saw that it was on sale and I got it myself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I was
just
tempted
went
myself.
gushing about like this $150 product is on sale for $6. Please, everybody get it.
I fucked up.
Also, their servers went down for like a few
Oh,
full
yeah?
days because of the offer.
I remember that.
Yeah, what else? There was another... Oh, I think it's Boss 101 that's also being built in Game Maker. I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah. So you can see more milking happening here. There's your
Yeah, I
milking.
like the change you made that it doesn't shoot the missiles here. Instead, you get those more dangerous pods that shoot at you,
Yeah.
especially in the second loop.
Yeah, in the previous version, the boss just spammed some missiles and it was pretty dull. So I wanted to create a. I think these particle enemies or drones were inspired the third stage of King of Force, where there is that boss that shoots those missiles, and then you have to destroy those.
Nice threat. So here we have the main attraction.
So this would it take like a whole year for this guy?
Well, this isn't like the Water War in Gun Frontier. This one, it certainly didn't take that long to make.
Oh, the Gun Frontier craziness.
That boss was actually pretty quick to make.
Okay.
Like, we were like, let's add some rings over there, and then I think I just didn't understand the idea that Ebbo pitched to me, and I was like, how should I put these rings here? And then Ebbo drew the worm, and I was like, okay, let's do it like this.
It gives a good depth to like the environment, seeing that worm go around the ring like that.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
it makes you
Especially
feel like you're in the game there.
Especially since the perspective is like totally top down, so you don't have a lot of like 3D depth effect or anything. You have parallax and stuff that goes on, and that looks brilliant. But that's kind of the first, one of the few moments in the game where you really get a sense of Also, Salunas is asking if this tower is a Helsinger reference.
Actually, this tower was inspired by I don't know if you have heard this manga called Gun, and it's also known as Battle Angel Alita, and it was inspired in a certain city in that manga.
Is that Battle Angel?
Battle Angel Alita, yes.
Alright, cool. I'll have to check that out. Eyes.
Actually.
Oh man. Can someone do like a Samuel L. Jackson right now? Just for this eyes.
Alright. I've had it with these mother effing snakes on my mother effing elevators. The best I can do.
Yeah.
With one snake, technically.
Okay, now we're going to see some weapon differences after all this while.
Okay.
And more anime.
Awesome. Talk. Ooh, transformation sequence.
Oh boy.
Whoa. God damn.
That
That's
area.
epic. Well, that's a really good job on those scenes.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I always love scenes like that too, like in the Twin Bee games when you have like little cartoon segments in between the stages.
Oh, it's
like
a sword now?
I always like that. Reminds me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
the player one also has swords, but the second ship has pretty much the melee difference are very different when compared to player one ship.
Yeah, the player 2 has a charge slash on the sword, whereas the player 1 has this timed, like you need to time it correctly and it'll reflect or do more damage. But from this point forward, my routes will be very different from Cagar's in the second loop. Because of player 2 differences and because I'm using the sword and not the drill.
I love that your like danger indicator is just a million laughing skulls that fill up the screen. Like
it should get the message across.
yeah.
I figure.
Also, that sword slash that Zaarock is using to reflect bullets is shout out to Miyamoto from Maho Daisakusen series and also Battle Hierarchy.
Oh, I never realized that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Look familiar.
I was kind of wondering about that, but I was like, yeah, that can't be right.
Miyamoto is a samurai dragon.
Miyamoto's badass.
Also a film actor. Miyamoto's the best.
Did you see that fan art that Ayas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
That was retweeted on the STG Weekly Twitter. For if everyone wants to check out really cool Miyamoto fan art. Anyway. Big beam. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a way to shoot that big beam yourself, but let that remain a secret.
And it gets sliced in half.
Whoa. So many secrets.
Sliced in half. That's so cool.
Yeah, some enemies don't get sliced in half. There are some few enemies that get sliced, but I would like to draw every enemy in the future so that they have sliced sprites as well.
That only happens if you're using the sword there, then? Or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that only happens with the
Oh
sword.
man. Such detail.
So yeah, I have watched this replay before, and I can tell that this Zaarock strategies get pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually practiced this stage like for 2 hours before doing this run, so I'm pretty sure this chain route is fairly optimal.
Yeah, it's rather similar to mine that I use for player 1 sword. There are some differences, of course, but it's pretty similar.
Yeah. And yeah, Trap and Chimers in the chat, it does look a lot like Cybattler, and Cybattler is awesome.
Yeah, Cybattler is pretty awesome game.
I didn't actually notice the Gradius music previously there.
Yeah, actually, Zaarock has turned them on because that's the thing. Spoilers. You unlock that in the game when you clear it.
Huh.
Like
spoilers. So many spoilers.
Yeah. A history lesson. You might or might not have noticed that this game has a lot of references. And well, those references used to be way more blatant, like straight up taken music and remixes from original games, and then we thought that may be a bit too far, so I composed like original tracks for each mini-boss. But
you can still, they're unlockable now.
Yeah, I let the stolen, I mean remixed tracks in. Yeah, so you can hear a bit of those in this second loop.
Would that be an issue if you had commercially released? If you commercially released this, would you?
Very probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, good thing we have original tracks now, if in case that would happen.
Although
sure.
I'm not sure what the deal is with remixes. You might be able to if you alternate significantly enough from the source, but that's I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Konami is desperate to get something, so be careful. Sorry,
Notice
Konami.
I switched to the I switched the back shot here.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting choice.
Yep.
Well,
because I usually go first loop, I go with the back shot, and then I switch to side shot.
Okay. So because I'm player 2, I can do this instead of the side shot. I can use the lock-on circle to shoot the sides. So that's something that only player 2 can do, which is pretty neat.
Ah, gotcha. Also, I just noticed that since you unlocked the ability to change into the robot, the life indicator in the lower right now has the 2 outlines instead of just the 1, which is pretty awesome. I didn't see that before.
We added those because it wasn't it isn't very obvious that you can change back, so that there is at least some clue that shows that hey, you can still use your ship.
We try to tell those like through clues, and maybe have player like have that nice realization like, oh, you can do this, instead of like writing it on the screen like, now press this button, press this button.
Sure.
Yeah. And Dankotron, no, this isn't on Steam, but this will be freely downloadable a few hours after the broadcast.
At least we hope so.
Yeah, if everything goes smoothly, and most probably it doesn't, but we hope so.
Are you guys hoping for an eventual commercial release, or do you plan to keep it freeware?
Maybe.
That's the subject. That's pretty.
The quality is there. I'll just say this straight up.
Quality is absolutely there.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
It's something to do with the principle, because when we started, we were pretty adamant that we wouldn't like to have this commercial product because it's our first game and we don't really know what we're doing. But it has taken so long, several years when we've been making this game, and a lot of things have changed while we have been creating this game. When we started the indie games and shooters in general, shooters, for example, weren't really that big. But now there is Steam, and there is all those different marketplaces where you can go and much easier now to do commercial releases.
Yeah.
And we really didn't think about things like that when we started making this game.
Right.
Yeah, so it's possible we haven't planned much on it yet.
Time will
But like,
tell. Yeah.
so many people are telling us like, sell this game. So maybe we will see.
But at least for now, it will be free.
Okay.
Yeah. Just go on and
Also
grab
a
it
good thing.
before we change our minds.
Man, there's so much cool detail in the backgrounds on this stage.
Oh,
Toby, do your mic, man.
What's up?
Just got a lot of background. Your microphone like went crazy. I think it's
Yeah.
dialing down.
it's the fan noise. I don't.
I think you're good now. I think your microphone is like auto adjusting or something for some reason. Oh well, it's gone. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a loud vacuumy sound. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sure. Okay, we're good now.
Yeah.
Very cool intro for this guy too.
Yeah, this is pretty
And you can pretty much tell why Zaarock used the pack shot in this loop.
sweet. Yeah.
It certainly makes this guy much safer.
Yeah, it also helps in this next stage a lot because you add the crab thing and the TLV sort of weak to it, or used to be weak to it.
What are you doing?
Stop!
I'm trying to break the game, but it didn't work.
Well then.
Okay, I can pretty much spoiler warning, but chains are going to get crazy in this part.
Crazy hard or crazy fun?
Just crazy.
Both of them.
Looks kind of tight there. The orange juice is almost running out.
Yeah. You're getting the hang of it.
Yeah. You got like the orange juice, like sea in the background.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
What's the
all those drop change in the background.
or leaked in from Ketsui stage 3, right? The orange.
Oh yeah, Ketsui also has the orange juice. See.
Global warming, man. It makes
Yeah.
your water orange.
Also, Kirby's Adventure predicted that Orange Ocean in like 1991 or 1992.
Okay, another one.
Yeah. It's written out. It's the level name.
It's funny how iconic that orange thing from Ketsui has become. After Cave put it in Aikai Katana, the reference to it,
Yeah.
it became like a thing to me. The orange, like, it kind of gives the impression of like a dusk lighting setting on water, I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we had pretty much two colors to pick, green or orange. So
Yeah.
I figured that maybe the orange will work better for the sea
Yeah.
background.
But like we have 2 green levels. What are we going to pick for the third one? So we broke the combo. Oh, nice change save.
Yeah, fun game to watch too.
Yeah, for sure. That moment through the clouds where you see the city in the distance, and then cloud, and then you're like climbing up the tower. That's really great.
Yeah, I think that part where the camera changes perspective, that was inspired by PC 98 game called was it Last Breakers or something like that?
Do you actually remember the name?
Yeah, I surprised myself there.
Yeah, I was like, is he going to say it? And you did. Still not sure if that's actually the name though. It was made by CO2, the same guys who made Flame Zapper Kotsujin, I think.
Yeah, that's also a game that has had a lot of influences in this game.
Yeah, that's just a really awesome game. Whoa.
Depress everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of Esperade. There's a section where if you sit in just the right spot on the train, you can like blow up a lot of turrets and stuff on it as it's passing you by.
Yeah, actually this boss, it's inspired both by Flamesapper Kotsuin's third stage boss, and as well as the boss from one of the stages in Esperade. It's I think at least the design wise it's pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm noticing it.
I made a pretty stupid mistake on that mid-boss, but it's related to something that I don't think anyone knew about until like a week ago. The transformation animation actually has some invulnerability frames, so I was trying to go through those bullets by being invulnerable. But I did it way too early.
That's ballsy.
I don't think... Cagar, did you know about that? I don't think you...
No, I didn't.
don't think you did.
Yeah.
But you
Like,
can do
Zaarock
some cool
was-
stuff with that.
Yeah, Zaarock was like insisting me that, look, this transformation thing has a bug. You're just invincible, and I was like, yeah, well, that's just how it is. And then I had to tell it.
Man.
Also, here's grapefruit. Again. Oh, you're
by
trying
the
to
way-
match it again.
By the way, you trigger this boss by showing it your melee weapon. If you don't, then you will just
Don't
be
spoil everything.
like-
Don't spoil everything. Let the players try it out themselves.
Yeah, well,
Well, the
If-
important
if
thing
you're-
is
if
that
you're
you
watching-
can't milk. You can't
Yeah,
milk in the second loop like you can in the first loop.
yeah,
From
it's
the
like
Choran
if you're
support.
watching STG Weekly in the first place, well, a lot of things are going to be spoiled.
Yeah, you get a perk
Yeah.
for actually seeing the episode, so.
Wait, can you like play tennis with that? That's so
No.
cool.
Oh, you actually can.
Game turn. Suddenly this game turn.
That's so cool.
Holy shit. Too much, guys.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's the game. Like, comment, subscribe.
Xenocore has a funny comment for you guys. He asks how many man hours to get the game to this point do you think? I want to start on my first project and want to have an idea of how long I'm putting away the rest of my games.
Well, healthy advice: do not think about the number because that will kill you. Even the thought will kill you. Just
get going.
Yeah, just keep going, and first of all, confirm that you are enjoying it. Actually, like don't do it if you don't like doing games. Like we do this for enjoyment.
Yeah, this is pretty much the best thing we can do in our pants on, or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's been it's very strange because when we started this project, we didn't really know each other that well. All we pretty much knew that we both like these kind of games, and has really been a great experience to be working with Ebro on this game, and we have really grown to close friends while making this game.
Same to you.
That's great. You guys seem like a good team. Now you have another member of your team, do you not? I think you mentioned an art guy or something.
Yeah, Trekalia is she just did the character art. Character art that you hardly see in the game, but it's still there, and it's maybe there will be more of it in the next in the final version. But credit where credit is due.
Nice to have a character.
Cutscenes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Legend, get started right after this stream, then. Oh man. Yeah. So
that was a video game.
We do have some questions for you guys. If you feel like going through that, we have been live for an hour and 20 minutes. So if you feel like it's been too long already and you need to get back to making this release, then by all means.
I'm fine with the questions.
Yeah, same here. This has been pretty overwhelming overall because there are, like Sagar said, there is just so much I would like to point out, but there is just so much going on. So, at least there's still a lot to see and try for yourself if you want to see what this game is all about.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then give me just 1 minute to set this all up here. I have to keep switching screen sizes because all the replays are at like different. They're at like different aspect ratios and resolutions, and so Media Player keeps rescaling itself. All right, there we go.
All right, Soft Drink. I have an idea also for these interview questions. I don't think because it might take too long to do all of them, but
I'm not gonna do all of them.
Okay. let's just pick some ones that we like and let's throw them at them.
I'm good with that.
All right, cool.
And you're welcome to get in on this too if you have one. Just go right ahead.
Okay, and once again, this is the interview questions from Beep Magazine from 1985 that was posed to arcade game developers various video game developers at the time, not specifically arcade. Mm-hmm. We had some of these questions for our previous indie developers during the indie month that was took place probably 5 or 6 months ago now, and they all seem to go pretty well. So why don't we throw some questions at them? Let's get right into it. Soft Drink, why don't you throw something at them?
All right. What are you most afraid of?
Ebro, you go first.
Well, I don't know. Not dark anymore. But
anymore.
Well, this is a great start. I can't even answer the first question. I don't really know. Well, maybe losing all friends and all such. I like friends.
I feel like that's a very normal response.
It should be Zaarock playing your newest build.
Nasty Wolverine
Soft Drink, your mic was going nuts.
Oh, is it still going nuts?
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, as Cagar said, if I heard correctly, I'm also afraid of people playing the first build of Final Boss. Yeah.
Can I use that as an answer too, or should I come up with something new?
I don't care. Whichever.
Okay, let's go with the next one, and I'll try to answer that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we actually have a question from chat right now from Nasty Wolverine. What inspired the use of Sanskrit in the game? Is it particularly meaningful in any way, or does it just look cool, or is it a stylistic thing, etc.?
Well, I could say that yes, both of those, but it also has some deeper meaning, and it was certainly inspired by Ikaruga. That is pretty much my favorite move of all time.
Yeah,
and that's the game that got me into this genre, and I love that game to bits. and that game also peppered those Sanskrit letters all over the place.
Yeah.
And I have tried to use them, and well, they pretty much came in when I started to think more about the actual setting and the story of the game. So that when we started, there really wasn't this much of a story or something that.
It was like just pile up more references on the references, and then we realized that might be not as cool as an original story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's really neat, and I definitely noticed kind of the Ikaruga reference there as well, because that's something that I always thought was really interesting about that game, is the use of Sanskrit characters, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. This is probably not going to be impossible to answer, but what was the first game you ever played?
Is that for me? Well, I can answer that.
Yeah,
I
whoever
think
didn't
it
answer
is...
before.
Okay. Well, I think it is Tetris. Because, I mean, I don't remember it personally, but like, my mother told me that when we had Christmas and my sister got a cheap Tetris Game Boy mock-up for a present, like a Game Boy pirate copy thing that only plays Tetris. And when she was trying it out, she made the mistake of leaving sound on, and I heard that I heard it, and immediately went to steal it from her, because I was captivated by those bleeps and blobs it made. So it became my first game I played.
Oh man.
Yeah, and from that day on, she had to play it with sound off.
All right. Let's see.
I was like 2 or something.
What is your favorite game? And I guess this is for both of you guys.
Well, as I said, Ikaruga is probably my favorite shmup, but it's hard to say if it's the very well. Maybe I could say that it's my favorite game as well, but I would say that Gunstar Heroes and Resident Evil 4 are pretty high up there with it as well.
Good,
top
good
3.
choices
Yeah, if you
there.
guys got a top 3 or something, that's cool
Yeah,
too.
top 3 is nice. If
Yeah.
you can't think of it, don't worry.
Yeah, mine's definitely Cave Story is 1, and maybe Super Smash Bros. Melee or 4 is one of the top 3, and third one I can't think of right now.
Also, I wanted to hear Ebbo's story on his first game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't really say for sure what was my first game, but I remember that the first console that we got in or at least some machine that can play games was Nintendo Entertainment System, the 8-bit one, and it had tons of games. But I'm pretty sure the first one I played and was most captivated by was Mega Man 4, and it's probably still my favorite Mega Man game for that reason, because it was my first time playing Mega Man, and it was just so captivating. I kept playing it and jumping on the couch along with Mega Man.
That is an amazing game.
I still haven't played.
By that note, I'm going to put up into my top 3 Rockman 4 minus Infinity. It's a ROM hack.
Yeah, there's some really good Mega Man fan games now. Mega Man Unlimited and Rockman Burst Chaser. Another one.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy one. I saw the HDQ run about that, or SGDQ.
I'm gonna ask you guys a question that I like that pops up from these interview questionnaires. What are your guys' ultimate fast food? Your go-to. And now you guys are from Finland, so
yeah.
Might be
well,
different.
I would say that overall Finnish fast food isn't really that good, or at least the hamburger joints or pizza joints aren't really that good. But when I lived in another city that was pretty close to Sweden's border, I used to go this Max Burger that had Swedish hamburgers, but that were really good. Probably one of the best I've eaten. So I think Swedes have better that way.
Yeah. Swedish hamburgers.
I would say I would say probably kebab, but it's so expensive in Finland to be eating out some kebab. So I just say pizza. Because pizza from a local market is very affordable, like a frozen pizza. Just throw it in the oven and
Sure. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mozzarella pizza is my favorite.
Alright, Softdrink, you got one?
Oh, what is the thing you want most in the world right now?
To get this Pushkin game done.
I just thought about that answer and then you said it out loud.
Yeah, telepathy. That's
Yeah.
how it works.
It's so cool that we're gonna have this new public demo coming out today.
That's really great. I didn't even know about that until you guys announced it here, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's go to maybe a more serious one. What qualities are necessary to be a game designer? In your opinions?
Antti, do you want
This could be just this could be
yeah.
general advice too to anyone who wants to get into making games too. I suppose.
Well, I can start if you like.
Yeah, start you. You can start.
Okay, be ready to do anything and everything. Like, if you have like an attitude that you never want to touch code, then you are not going to make games because you just can't be really picky about what you end up doing. Like, if you can't code, that's just fine, but like, be ready to absorb new knowledge. I have met a lot of friends in my life, like, who have been like, I want to be a game designer, and then next thing they go to say is like, I just want to write like the story and the game outline, but I don't want to do like practically much actual work, and they never became game designers. So
Yeah,
be ready to do it all. Gotcha.
yeah, and there are so many cool, like, easy to approach editors like GameWorker and Unity these days that you just should download one of them and start digging around, and you'll just eventually come up with something. Also, start small. Don't make your MMORPG first. Just don't even second or third.
Yes.
Well, that's an advice that we haven't really been following.
Our first game as a team has been this, and it has taken several years. but like, that's just a proof. If you don't want to spend several years on one game, just make small games first and improve that way.
Yeah, and my advice would probably be pretty similar to Eebro's, that you have to constantly be ready to learn new things. And one thing that I personally feel very strongly about is that you have, especially when in case of SMUPs, that you have to play and study all kinds of SMUPs, not just the newer ones or the bulleted ones. You have to play all, and that's something that I think that I really have wanted to show with this game, that there are lots of different SMUPs and there are lots of different styles. There is not really a wrong or necessarily bad way to do games.
Yeah. That's one of the decisions we have kept, like, from early on, that we will not make this a Danmaku. We will have big chunky hitboxes and all kinds of that. Well, it stemmed from the simple thing that let's just make a simple game, and well, I don't regret that decision. Like, there are so many Danmakus these days.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing about what advice I wanna bring. Ebbo said that you should like play all kinds of shmups, and that can be expanded. Play all kinds of games. Don't be picky on genres.
Yeah.
Because like genre is, if you think to genres, you can think very limitedly. Like, people argue that Smash isn't a fighting game because it doesn't have health bars and such, and I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, you can easily get stuck on some ideas that, well, this game can't do this because it belongs into this genre, and it's something that I feel is pretty. How should I put this? That many people think that shoot 'em up should be in a certain way, and I don't mean that in a way that there aren't some principles that you should follow, at least in the beginning, when you can't really tell what works best for your game, but
Yeah.
you should also
But be ready to like push the limit all the time.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Are you guys playing any other games right now? And what are they?
Smash 4.
I have been,
Competitively or just for fun?
Both.
Oh wow, okay, cool.
Yeah. If it didn't become obvious from my latest statements in the last question, I really like Smash.
I haven't really had time to play Smash, but I did play some Super Mario Maker when it was released, and lately I have also been replaying some Eschatos that got just released on Steam. And yes,
Yeah.
Eschatos is
Me too,
awesome.
actually.
You should probably go play it instead of this game or something. But besides that, Besides that, I've also been playing Dragon's Dogma and Dark Souls on my 360. But
Cool.
I don't really have that much free time nowadays. Well, I guess I have in the future more free time to play these games.
On that note, are there some game designers that you guys have your eyes on nowadays?
Like idols.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, well, Yacht Club,
Yeah,
totally.
Yacht
Yeah.
Club?
Yeah, they are.
the creators of Shovel Knight.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
They pretty much do everything right. I can't really fault them for anything. I forgot to mention that I recently played the latest DLC, the Plague of Shadows, that added a whole new campaign in the game, and it's totally bonkers that they went and published it free for everyone who bought the game, and it's just the amount of detail and work and love put into the game. That's something that I would like to do as well with my own
Yeah.
game.
That like that's one more advice coming from this case. Like, have a game. I mean, have game makers skills or game before you have a company. Like generally, because I see a lot of people around me like forming companies and all that before they can even specify what they can do.
Alright, folks,
they-
we have Frenetic back in the house.
Oh,
Hey guys, sorry, I had to take the wife out to lunch. Always protect your wife. Anyways,
That's
I
right.
guess I know. I'm sorry. We had a lot of commentaries here too, so
Yeah.
they could fill up the episode, anyways. So, with that being said, do you guys like manga and anime? Since you guys are into the Japanese shmups design.
Well, if they are good,
Yeah,
like generally, because well, I've realized it's like a dumb realization, but I lately realized that anime isn't a genre.
Yes. Yeah.
I used to think so, but totally not.
Yeah, I usually like the usual stuff like the Ghibli movies and some. Nowadays I don't really have much time to watch the most recent one. I usually just reread or rewatch some of the older shows that I have watched in the past.
Still so much to
The only series I'm watching right now is Ninja Slayer, and I love that.
Okay, get along again. Thanks, Aquas and Soft Drink, for covering the host duties while I was away for a little bit. Let's get on to the next question.
Actually, we have one from chat really quickly. Beach
Oh,
Sauce
okay,
has
sure. Go right
been
ahead.
Asking if you're using GS wavetable for instrument sounds.
Well, I'm using Anvil Studio on Windows, and it uses the Microsoft default MIDI sound bank, and it might or might not be that what you specified. Like our musical equipment is very basic.
Well, I should point out that Ebro is pretty much the one who does all the music in the game.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about that, so I would just stay silent and nod in agreement.
Yeah, the music is just MIDI, but that's also, well, the one benefit that comes from that is like the file size is really small.
Yeah.
But I would like to make an arranged soundtrack in the future, but it will take a lot of time.
I'm sure somebody's willing to help you out with the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I mean, this.
Well,
yeah, actually, there is an guy who has been making some Aaron's tracks already,
Yeah.
and if you go to my YouTube page, you can find them uploaded there.
Oh,
Yep.
sweet. Okay.
They are.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, but if we will like make in-game arranges, it would be a totally different deal. Like the one guy that is making the arrangements now, I like that he will do them in his totally own style, and he has the total freedom over them. But if we would make like in-game arrangements, I would like be a supervisor to them. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So, what qualities do you think are
We already
necessary
did
to... Are you playing a game
We
currently?
already did that.
How does one become an indie game designer?
Just do it.
Just do
I like
it!
that. I like
Oh
that.
god, no,
Yeah.
don't go there. No.
I have an easy answer is hard work and guts.
Yeah, not the Berserk chapter.
Did we already
Yeah.
go through the eating questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Only
great.
had the ultimate fast food question. Was there another food question?
Oh yeah, there's are you a person who loves eating?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I totally do eating.
Like
I think I like more cooking than eating, but eating is fine as well.
Yeah.
soft drink
Oh no,
alert.
oh no, like it's going crazy. Nope.
It's okay now.
Okay, what happened?
Weird. My mic has
Okay.
been weirding out today.
So are there any questions from the chat? Do you guys would like to field something that they...
I already put out the prompt for them to put some questions in, so I think we're all done from chat questions actually.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think we can kind of wrap it up.
Oh, this is the last question here. I'd like to address. What do you think is in store for the indie gaming scene?
Oh, so
I mean, a lot's been. Indie scene has been crazy as of lately. So,
Well, I mean, indie games are mostly what I play these days. So, like, I'm not usually terribly excited by AAA releases. So, and with like all these editors becoming more easy and accessible, I'd like to think it will grow like a lot of more unique games, and I like that.
Yeah, the more the merrier, I would say.
Yep.
Of course, not every game is going to appeal everyone, but that's not the point. It's point to have lots of different games, and well, we are like we are pretty niche ourselves when you think about it. That maybe this game isn't going to appeal that many people, but that's not the point. That's you can still find a proper audience for your own work, even it's pretty niche.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I guess we're ready to wrap it up, guys.
I think
Yep.
so.
yeah, this has been a wonderful
Well,
episode.
thanks again for coming, Ebbo, Eebrozgi, Zaarock, and Cagar. You know, again, it's the community that makes these episodes. So
Yes, absolutely.
Send
Thank
us
you
a message,
lot
guys.
for having us.
And you know, it
Follow
doesn't
my
mean to
Twitch
say
channel.
this will be the final boss, final episode. Like as you guys, refine it. You know, we're more than happy to have you on again for a 2.0 or something like that.
I think that won't be necessary. I think that when the final version will be out, I would like that people would enjoy it by themselves, and I hope that this episode has assured people that we're pretty serious about this and we want to make a game that is enjoyable.
Because spoilers and all that.
Yeah.
We want people to experience the fourth stage on their own.
All right. Well,
Now,
I'm just
one
really
moment.
excited to see what you guys do with it.
Okay. We do have some lingering questions, actually. Here's a quick one.
Okay.
What are the dimensions of the playable area in the game? Okay, I think someone just answered it. 240 by 320. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, there you go. There's another one. What was the other question here? Was it your first time composing the video game music, and who did the VGM again in this game?
I did it, and yeah, I haven't like done publicly any other game music.
But you've tinkered around with kind of.
Yeah, I've tinkered around, and like this game is actually my first serious attempt at making music. I think.
You didn't do a half bad job, man. It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Well done.
Also, those tracks have also developed over the years. Like they
Yeah.
they were pretty basic in the first build, but I've added more instruments and all that.
You learn you can learn so much from being a game developer. It seems.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It has turned out to be a pretty good hobby.
Okay, that'll do the lingering questions then.
Alright then. Just to address something that's been coming up a lot in chat really quickly before we stop. People complaining about how it's been a long time since we did an episode. There's an explanation for that, and hopefully we will be able to put together a video kind of going through everything that's been going on. Suffice to say, I think all of us, all of the STG Weekly staff have had a lot of personal things going on, coupled with some other obligations, so we'll talk about
Very
it more later.
personal. Very, very personal.
I
Very
don't know
personal.
about that.
Yeah, we won't get into it too much yet right now, but
We'll
the
talk
way
more
I
about it later.
the way I saw it was, we got a lot of content on STG Weekly, so there's plenty of stuff for people to check out, and we got a lot of content, so.
If you're complaining, go rewatch episode 8 or whatever. Whichever the Ikari episode is.
And-
It was so bad.
Watch them Toho hentai.
But yeah, it is heartwarming that everyone came out today and is happy to see us return. And I would also like to say that I at least am going to be trying to do regular episodes from this point onwards to try to get us back on track for Awesome Game Replays and STG Weekly. So props to you, Frenetic and Soft Drink, for actually getting this thing back up and running. So it was not my doing here.
Hey, no problem, Aquas. We're all a team here at STG Weekly.
So I'm probably gonna say right now, a Xevious series episode is probably gonna happen
Oh, sweet. Alright.
because I've been going hard in on that Xevious.
Aqua's going in on.
I can't confirm anything, but Frenetic and I have been talking with Blackbird of Degika about bringing him on for an interview to talk about the recent announcement with the cave port of Mushihime-sama to Steam, and also maybe to talk about Eschatos and some of their other recent projects.
And also Muv Love.
I don't know if he has much to do with that.
Awesome Game Replays is also going to be returning. Do have people lined up for certain games. One of them, I believe, is Toki, and there are some other ones. So that's also going to be getting back into shape too. So we're back, guys, and yeah, it's great.
Alright, beautiful. So, yeah, with that, thank you again everyone who tuned in so much for watching. Huge thank you to Ebbo, Eebrozgi, Zaarock, Cagar, all of you guys for coming on to the show. I think this was a really great episode. I'm really excited by this game, so it's really cool to be able to focus on it and talk about it in detail like this, so thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, and thank you again for having us. It was an
Thanks
honor.
for having us.
Please let us know when you have the download link available for this version, and we can tweet it out and such right away.
We'll have that in the
Cool,
YouTube.
thanks.
Yeah, I'll have that in the YouTube description as well for this episode once we get that going.
Yep.
Too.
Yeah, Schmoop's farm will be the first to know.
Okay. So just check that thread and.
Yeah.
Alright, sweet.
Wonderful. Great, that's going to close us out then. Thanks everyone, and SCG Weekly number 80 is out of here. Take
Later,
care,
everyone.
Bye bye.
I was doing the Katsui scream. I don't know what you were doing.
I was just going by the feeling.